Hello everyone. In this video, we'll introduce the iteration node. It is a core tool designed to handle repetitive enterprise tasks with a single click. The iteration node allows workflows to automatically batch process multiple data entries or repeat operations. This significantly boosts efficiency and reduces manual repetitive labor, making complex business processes simple and efficient. For example, if I add 10 new customers today and want to send individual email notifications to each of them, I don't need to build the email sending node 10 times over. I just need to use the iteration node to input these 10 customers' information once, and it will automatically loop the email sending operation 10 times, easily achieving my goal. Let's start by adding an iteration node. What you see now is the iteration node configuration page. You simply need to add the nodes you want to repeat inside it. These nodes will automatically execute repeatedly based on the iteration mode you set. Currently, 3 common iteration modes are supported: specify count, iterate collection, and iterate lines. Specify count executes the process a fixed number of times. Iterate collection is designed specifically for structured collection data. It executes a loop once for each element in the order of the collection. For instance, a data table containing multiple fields like customer name, email, and order type. It's perfect when you need to process different customer information one by one. Iterate lines iterates through your input data line by line and executes the repetitive process. You can select the appropriate element type based on the data you're processing. It supports string, number, and bool. Next, let's walk through a few practical use cases to visualize how to use the iteration node and the core differences between the iteration modes. Let's look at the first case, how to use the iteration node to send personalized emails to different people. In previous videos, we demonstrated sending a single email using Gmail's Send Mail app. But if you need to send emails to multiple people, for example, I need to send emails to Daniel, David, and Nico, and include their real names in the emails. Doing this manually would require repeatedly modifying the recipient's email and content. It's time-consuming, prone to error, and a waste of energy. This is the perfect scenario to efficiently solve with the iteration node. Here is a workflow we've pre-built. It achieves the effect of sending personalized emails to different people. Let's run it first to see the actual results. Let's go to the Gmail page to check if the emails were sent successfully. As you can see, the workflow has successfully sent emails to all 3 contacts. The greeting in each email accurately uses their real name. So, how exactly does this workflow achieve this? Let's take a look at the configuration. In this case, we are using the iterate lines mode of the iteration node. First, we enter the emails and names of different contacts line by line into the node's input area. Besides manual entry, it also supports inserting variables directly. Once configured, the iteration node automatically iterates through this data line by line, repeating the subsequent process. Inside the iteration node, we've paired it with a variable extractor node. Its function is to extract the data passed in each loop and store it into the email and name variables respectively. Then, map these 2 variables to the recipient field and email content of the send email app. This way, a new set of contact data is passed in with each loop. The system automatically extracts the info and sends the email. The entire process requires no human intervention. From the run logs, we can clearly see the entire process. In the first loop, Daniel's email and name were passed in. The second time, it was David's email and name. And the third time, Nico's email and name. Then, via the variable extractor node, the relevant information is extracted into variables. and the email is sent via send email. This configuration achieves the bulk sending of personalized emails. This is the core value of the iteration node. So, during this process, how is the data passed in each time stored and transferred? We have to mention the item variable within the iteration node. It represents the value of the current iteration. For example, in this case, when the iteration node runs for the first time, it passes Daniel's email and name. The second and third times pass David and Nico's information respectively. The data passed in each loop is different, and this data is stored and transferred precisely through the item variable. You'll notice that in the variable extractor node, the input variable we set is item. This ensures precise extraction of each set of contact information. Of course, besides the item variable, there are a few others. Counter is the current iteration counter, indicating which loop number we are in. Continue is used to control the subsequent processing logic of the current iteration. When this value is true, it skips the remaining steps of the current iteration and immediately starts the next one. If it's false, it continues executing subsequent operations as normal. Additionally, the iteration node supports custom output variables. This allows you to aggregate all data generated during the loops for easy downstream access. Alright, that covers the first case. Next, let's look at case 2. It automates sending welcome emails to recently added CRM customers and pushes the results to a Slack group. Let's see how the workflow is built. First, we combine the Date and Time tool with HubSpot's Get Recent Contacts app to retrieve customer data added within a recent time frame. We can test run this single app node first to see exactly what data is returned. You can see it returns a structured set of collection data. Each element corresponds to a newly added customer, including the customer's ID, name, creation time, email, etc. In real business scenarios, data returned by many apps is of the collection type. And for this kind of collection data, the iterate collection mode of the iteration node is the best choice. Inside the iteration node, we use a JSON variable extractor node to extract the customer's email and name. Then send a welcome letter via Gmail's Send Mail app. Immediately after, we use a template node to concatenate the customer email and sending status into standardized text. And in the iteration node's output variables, we set this output text from the template as the output variable for the iteration node. The template node we used here allows for flexible concatenation and replacement of text variables, greatly improving the efficiency and flexibility of formatted output. Finally, we connect an LLM node to consolidate the email sending results for all customers. We also pass the iteration node's output variables, our emails and sending statuses, to the LLM node. Finally, we use a Slack app to push the relevant information to the group. Let's run the workflow and see the actual results. We can see the workflow shows success here. Let's go to the Gmail page. We can see that welcome letters have been successfully sent to 3 different people. Slack has also successfully received the notification. The welcome letter sending status for every customer is successful. Let's review the specific execution of the workflow. You can see we retrieved 3 customer records via HubSpot's Get Recent Contacts app. These records contain the customer ID, email, name, and so on. Then we processed this data repeatedly using the iteration node. During the first loop, we used the JSON variable extractor to extract the customer's email and name. Then we inserted the relevant data into the Send Mail app to send the email. Finally, we used our text template to concatenate and get a text string with the email and sending status. The second and third loops followed the same logic. Finally, we gave the iteration node's output variables to the LLM node for analysis. And sent it to the Slack group via the Slack Send Message app. That wraps up the introduction for Case 2. Finally, let's look at a case using the Specify Count mode loop. For instance, in a real-world scenario, we might need to request an API multiple times, like calling an API every 5 seconds, up to 10 times. So we set the iteration here to execute a fix 10 times. Then, if the API request is successful, we stop the current loop. By setting the loop count and time interval, we can automate API requests without manual intervention. We've now covered the 3 iteration modes of the iteration node through practical examples. From simple line-by-line processing to structured collection parsing and fixed count loops. As long as you use the right mode, you can turn most repetitive enterprise tasks into automated workflows. All right, that concludes our overview of the iteration node. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.